Bill 47, recounting as much rugby league information as possible. Right now, the third video in the Cowboys Hard Luck series, this time in the 2014 final series, losing to Roosters 31-30. And if you don't want to miss out any important rugby league information, you need to watch this video all the way to the end. And I promise it won't go too long and keep you here more than 5 minutes. So let's pop it off. Let's go straight away. So, I've already done videos for the 2012 semi-final when Cowboys were ripped off against Manly. The scores were 12-all before Manly were awarded 2 of the worst tries I've ever seen, and Cowboys lost that one 22-12. Also did the 2013 elimination final when Cowboys lost to Cronulla Sharks 2018 after Cronulla's Bo Ryan was awarded a try on the 7th tackle, believe it or not, ridiculously. This time, Cowboys lost 31-30. I actually think it was the correct decision. How they ended up losing the game in the dying stages, I actually think that was the correct decision, but it was still a ton of hard luck for them after playing so well. Before, if you watch the next video after this one, before the 2015 grand final, they had all the luck go their way, and they eventually beat Broncos 17-16 in one of the all-time classics. But right now, the 2014 semi-final, sudden death semi-final against Sydney Roosters, Cowboys had found themselves behind 30-0, believe it or not. I was expecting this to be a really close game, like all the way through, expecting there to not be too much between the two teams through the whole thing. I was expecting the final margin to only be 1, 2, 4, maybe 6 or 7 points. And it did end up 1 point, 31-30, but I wasn't expecting it to get out to 30-0 and Cowboys to get back to 30-all. One of the most ridiculous, insane games I've ever seen. So Roosters leading 30-0. They obviously had 5 tries, 2 by Daniel Tupou, 1 by Michael Jennings, 1 by James Maloney, and 1 by Mitchell Pearce. And James Maloney had got 5 goals from 6 attempts, and that was their 30 points. Cowboys, believe it or not, somehow from 30-0 down, got back to 30-all. And if they'd won, even though they didn't, if they'd won, it would have been the highest comeback in the history of Australian Rugby League ever, all time, since the game started in 1908. Not to be, but they nearly pulled off the greatest comeback of all time. They've gotten back to 30-all, somehow, believe it or not. And even more incredulously, even more miraculously, not one of the Cowboys' backs got a try. It was just the Cowboys' halves, Robert Lui getting 1 try, and Johnathan Thurston getting 1, and forwards getting the others. Matt Scott got 1, Gavin got 1, and even Lowe got 1, and Thurston converting all 5 of those to get it back to 30-all, believe it or not. From 30-0 down, back to 30-all. James Maloney then landed a penalty, not a penalty goal, a field goal, I should say, for Roosters, to put them up 31-30. But there was still, I think, 8 or 9 minutes left at that point. So there was still ample time for Cowboys to come back and at least send it into golden point or snatch the victory. And then right in the shadows of full time, the wretched luck kicked in for Cowboys again. Johnathan Thurston sprinted downfield and dived over the try line to put the ball down under the post and score what he thought. He thought he'd won the game for him. He thought, okay, finally, my Cowboys getting luck going our way this time. Replay showed, though, that just before Thurston raced away for what he thought was the match-winning try, the ball had in fact deflected forward off the hands of Cowboys 5-8 Robert Lui. The ball had in fact gone forward just before Thurston picked it up and raced away, and that's why it was ruled no try, and that allowed Roosters to hang on and win 31 points to 30. So at least this time it was the correct decision, not ridiculous, disgraceful decisions like in 2012 against Manly and in 2013 against Cronulla. It was in fact the correct decision that cost the Cowboys to win this time, but still wretched hard luck nonetheless. Before, once we know the full story, once we watch the next video that I'm going to make, the 2015 grand final, before Cowboys finally had all the luck go their way in the 2015 grand final and beat Broncos 17-16, one of the all-time classics. So if you're still watching to the end of this video, thank you so much for the continued support. Scroll for this video to find stacks and stacks of other useful rugby league information. Popping off all day to L47.